Welcome to another Damilola Forex Academy teaching. Okay, in today's teaching, we are going to be doing a pure price action breakdown of gold. I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to apply price action on any asset at all. It doesn't really matter if it is currencies, indices, crypto, or commodities. Price action can be able to be applied on any asset at all. And today we're going to be doing it on gold. So sit back, I'm going to be showing you a trade entry opportunity that has hit TP and a fresh trade entry opportunity that is almost at TP. Okay, so sit back and grab a pen, grab a book, and take note of every single thing I'm going to be talking about in today's teaching. Let's go, guys. Okay, so as you guys know, the first thing we do when we come onto the charts is to go to the monthly time frame, which is the biggest time frame available to us in the market. And the aim of coming to this time frame is to have an overview, okay, to look at the market from a big scope, see what it is doing, and be able to go onto the small time frames to pick a real-time trade entry opportunity, connecting prices with what it is doing on the big time frames and going to the small time frames to pick a real-time entry. Okay, so we all know that with our system, we do what they call a top-down analysis. That is what we take prices step by step from the monthly to the weekly, daily, then 4 hours, 1 hour, and 30 minutes. Okay, the 4 hours, 1 hour, and 30 minutes are our entry time frames. Okay, while the big time frames, daily, weekly, and monthly time frames are the time frames that gives us the bird's eye view, allow us to know what price is doing, and we connect and merge this information together to give us a real-time trade entry opportunity. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the job. So the first thing we do when we come onto the charts is to identify the real-time points where price is at. As soon as that is done, the next thing is to understand the information, which is the structures that took prices to that point. Now, what are the structures? We can see prices make push, exhaustion, small fractals, bigger fractal right here, then push, exhaustion. Within the confines of this fractal, this is the last higher low. This means there is no higher low ahead of it that shares equal or more length in terms of pips, which means the other fractals above are of smaller pips. Okay, it's important to note that fractals are the length of the exhaustion and fractals are measured in pips. I've made several videos on that and you can check it out. Okay, so price that on smaller fractals of push, exhaustion, push, exhaustion, then establish a bigger fractal here, push, exhaustion. Within the confines of this fractal, this is the last higher low here. This means there is no higher low ahead of it that shares equal or more length in terms of pips. Now, this means to see a trade entry opportunity within this window, what has to happen? Price has to come and break the last higher low right here. This will be the entry point that will give us a trade entry opportunity within this window. Whereby to see a trade entry opportunity within this window, prices also has to come, break the last higher low right here, and that will give us a trade entry opportunity within the confines of this window. Okay, but as fractal traders, right now, what are we going to do? We are going to keep boxing prices into fractals till we see a real-time trade entry opportunity. So what are we going to do? We are going to take this window right here to the weekly time frame to look for a trade entry opportunity within the confinement of smaller fractals. This is how we are going to keep boxing prices till we get to our entry time frames. Our entry time frames are either the 4 hours, 1 hour, or the 30 minutes time frames. While the big time frames, monthly, weekly, and daily time frames are the time frames that gives us the bird's eye view and allows us to know the overall direction of prices while we go to the small time frames to pick a trade entry opportunity. Okay, so we're going to take this low and this high right here to the weekly time frame. Okay, so what is going on the weekly time frame? This is the low right here, and this is the high that we just identified. So what are the structures? We can see prices make push, exhaustion, start on small fractals, establish a bigger fractal, push, exhaustion. Within the confines of this fractal, this is the last higher low right here. This means there is no higher low ahead of it that shares equal or more length in terms of pips. This means all the exhaustions ahead of it, all the fractals are of smaller fractals. Okay, so we are going to take this window right here to the daily time frame to look for a trade entry opportunity within the confines of smaller fractals. Okay, so we'll take that to the daily time frame. What is going on here? This is the low and this is the high that we identified. Okay, so here we can see prices make push, exhaustion right here, start from small fractals, push, exhaustion right here, then establish big fractal here, push, exhaustion. Within the confines of this fractal, This is the last higher low right here. This means there is no higher low ahead of it that shares equal or more length in terms of pips. So all of this are push right here in the eye of the big fractal, but we are going to take this window to the 4 hours time frame to look for a trade entry opportunity within the confines of that fractal. So what is going on the 4 hours time frame? This is the low and this is the high that we just identified. Okay, so what are the structures? Price first of all made a big fractal here, push exhaustion. This is the last higher low in regards to this fractal. Okay, then price is now made push exhaustion right here, then push exhaustion right here. This is also the last higher low in regards to this fractal. Okay, this means that there's no higher low ahead of it that shares equal or more length in terms of pips. Okay, so all these ones are smaller fractals, push exhaustion push. Okay, and this is the last higher low in regard to that fractal. Okay, so the break of structure happened at this point. Okay, and the break of structure is of what fractal? It's of the fractal from here to the fractal from here. That is where the break of structure happened. Okay, so now that that is done, what are we going to do? We're going to bring out our Fibonacci, lowest point of the broken fractal, to the highest point of the broken fractal right here. Okay, so this means that when prices broke the structure, okay, price had already exceeded the maximum available for us. Okay, this means that any of these areas here are key reversal levels. Okay, so instead of prices stopping at around the 61.8 zone, price extended to this area, the 100.0 zone. Okay, but we all know that all of these areas are key reversal levels because price has already exceeded the maximum available for us. I know that any area here can send prices back up. Okay, so what are we going to do in that case? In that case, we are going to we are going to take this high and take the low that brought prices to this level here, and and we are going to look for a break of that bearish structure. If we see a break of the bearish structure, we are going to buy to the 100.0 Fibonacci level of the broken fractal. Okay, so we're going to take this low and this high to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, what went on here? We can see prices make push exhaustion right here, push exhaustion right here. This is the last lower high in regards to this fractal, and the structure got broken right here. Okay, but before the structure got broken, there was a trade entry opportunity within the confines of this window right here, within the confines of smaller fractal. This was our first trade entry opportunity before the current one that is going on. Okay, so remember that all of these areas here are key reversal levels. Okay, so we took that zone to the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, on the 30 minutes, this is the high and this is the low where the first trade entry opportunity surfaced. Okay, so what were the structures at that point? This was push exhaustion, push exhaustion, push, and the last lower high was broken right here to give us the first trade entry opportunity at this point, with the stop loss below the low right here at this point here. This is where the stop loss would be, while the take profit is at the 100.0 right here. Okay, but we also know that after a break of structure, which happened here, this is a clear break of structure. After a break of structure, prices usually gives us a natural 61-point retracement. This 61-point retracement also gives us entry variation 2. Okay, so this entry variation 2, we can strike our trade and still put our stop loss right here. Okay, so with entry variation 2, it will be a situation of okay, we have to bring out our Fibonacci from the lowest point of the broken fractal right here. Okay, so the Fibonacci would go like this: lowest point of the broken fractal, take it to the highest point of rejection. Okay, so we can see that prices came to 61.8, which gave us a fresh entry. Okay, we call it the entry variation 2. Entry variation 1, break of structure. Entry variation 2, 61-point retracement. Okay, with the stop loss at the low right here of about 189 pips, we take profit of about 600 pips. Okay, so this is like fantastic 1 ratio 3.7 or 3.8 risk reward. Okay, so as soon as that take profit is done, what is next? Prices broke into another fractal. Okay, so that is the new fractal right here of push exhaustion, push exhaustion. Our first trade entry opportunity, this was the last lower high, and what happened at this point? In the eye of this big fractal, all of these are push and what the break of structure happens. So entry variation 1, you can buy pinpoints. Okay, while what our take profits is at the 100.0 right here, the highest point right here. Okay, because what in the direction of a trend, you buy to what, to the 100.0 Fibonacci level of the broken fractal. How do you get your 100.0? Bring out your Fibonacci from the highest point of the broken fractal right here to the lowest point of the broken fractal right here. 100.0 is just the highest point. You know, you can see the 100.0 right here. That is the highest point of the broken fractal. Okay, the resistance in this case, the highest point, that is the 100.0. Okay, so right now this is the current trade on gold. Okay, it's fresh, and you know, prices almost hit TP last week, but you know, the TP is gonna come sometime, you know, early this week. You understand? And you know, this is how we're able to break down prices and make massive profits, okay, on numerous trades. You know, so many trades. You can be able to what, apply this price action trading system, and you are going to make very massive profits just with the understanding of price action. So guys, if you want to learn more about how we apply price action or the knowledge of price action in its entirety, I have a packed and an organized mentorship program where I will take you by the hand through the understanding and mastery of every single thing regarding price action trading. So link in the description, and looking forward to seeing you in the mentorship program.